Welcome back everyone to the next video in our Let's Play series of NASCAR Heat Evolution. So we're here in career mode, and you can see at the top left hand corner, it's career season 1. We are currently sitting 5th in the chase standings and 10th overall in the point standings. So the chase settings are indeed in effect. I wasn't sure in the last video if that win that we got at Bristol was going to register or if it was simply going to be a traditional point situation, but in fact, they do have the chase standings in place, so we are in 5th, and now we can focus for the remainder of the year. As obviously, we'd like to get more victories, but we can focus on really improving our car so that by the time we get to the chase, we can have a shot realistically to win the whole thing. Now that really gets me something to be excited about. But there's something else I need to address, and that is in the previous video, we did not have game sound. Now, I won't go into all the specifics. I just will tell you that I was incredibly frustrated when I realized that. After the recording is when I realized that when I was putting together the video, I realized there was no game sound at all. So very frustrating time for me right now. I've already swapped recording software one time. This time, I think it was just simply something I did. I had alt-tabbed out of the game at one point to do something else. And when I come back in, apparently, that doesn't trigger it to record the sound. We only got video. So not sure exactly how all that works. It almost seems like these programs are set up not to record by default, and you have to fiddle around with them until you get them to work properly. But beside the point, we're past that. We got the victory in the previous race. Now we're looking forward to Richmond. So Richmond is race number 9. And if we come back into the schedule, you'll see that we are going to Richmond next. And then after that, our next few races, let's go back one more, will be at Talladega, and who in the world knows what could happen at Talladega. And then we go to Kansas, another 1.5 mile track. We're not sure if that's going to be, for us, closer to an Atlanta type race where we got a top 10, or closer to Texas where we were barely inside the top 20 realistically, and a top 15 would have been a great day for us there. And then we go to Dover, where anything is possible because Dover is a crazy place as well. But essentially, it is Bristol on steroids. For us, we're kind of hoping that the results are similar to Bristol, since that's where we got our first victory. So the upcoming races should give us further indication of where we are as our car continues to improve. Richmond should give us a great chance, similar to Bristol and Martinsville, to compete with these other cars without having to worry so much about aero and horsepower. Then we go to Talladega, and we're really going to find out where we are on horsepower and aero. And then same thing at Kansas. And then Dover, we'll see. I'm kind of thinking Dover is going to be somewhat in the middle. Horsepower is definitely going to be important there. But we may have a chance of a little bit better than what we did at Texas, particularly because of the handling aspect there. So we'll see how it goes. Should be interesting, and definitely should be a lot of fun. As I mentioned, we are currently 5th in the chase standings. Let's take a quick look at that. Now you can see here, when we're organized by point standings, we are currently in 10th. But the most important thing is when I go to the chase standings, we are in 5th. There are 6 total drivers with a win, and you can see Brad Keselowski with 3 wins so far in the season. He is in great shape. And if we scroll down through the chase drivers, there are indeed 16 chase drivers so far. And then to the right, it shows you who needs a win to get in, and then also who needs points to get in. So I actually really like this particular aspect of the game, the way it shows you this information. You know, it gives you not only who is currently eligible for the chase, but it also lets you know, hey, these are the drivers who have to have a win at this point because they're not close enough in points. And then it gives you the guys who are really close in points and how many points they are out and how they can change that to become chase eligible. Really like this. And I hope they can continue to do things like this for NASCAR Heat 2 when it comes out in September. So at this point, I think we're ready to go racing. Let's head to Richmond.
The race is going green. There's the green flag.
All right, welcome back, everyone. So we're here at the start of the Richmond race, and they caught me sleeping a little bit on the start there.
You're all clear. Carlo.
So we started 12th. We're back to 14th now. And already I'm seeing something I don't like. These guys are pulling me hard on the straightaway. And right now, honestly, I'm just trying to stay out of the way until things can get cleared up just a little bit. Woo, really loose there.
Still there.
I can hang with them in the corner, but the straightaway, I mean, you can see these guys are just lining up to go by me on the straightaway. I was trying to get down. Unfortunately, the spotter is not all that much help because he tells me something about once every 5 or 10 seconds.
Still there.
All right, I'm trying to hang in there. We're in 16th, but you can see I got through that corner pretty good. And Kyle Larson just destroyed me on corner exit. Trying to pinch these guys down and nullify some of that horsepower advantage, forcing them to pedal the throttle a little bit more than they would want, but so far it's not working. Yeah, because I'm running the high side pretty good right now. All right, a little too high there. And, ooh, really tight there. All right, so that was not a good corner. Wow, these guys are slowing down big time on corner entry. I am eating them up, but corner exit, they are destroying me. Oh, goodness, we're 3 wide now. At least I think we are.
Still there.
Trying to give them, room. I got really loose there. All right, and we're back to 19th. So very frustrating. I simply don't have the speed to run with those guys right now. Feels like 100 horsepower down to those guys right now. I can get through the corner good with them. In fact, I'm much faster than them on corner entry as I'm just floating it in there. Quick stab to the brakes, then I let it float into the corner. But down the straightaway, I have nothing for them. You can see they're pulling me by a few car lengths on the straightaway. Even though right there on corner entry, I pull right up to them. All right, they're running side by side. Maybe that'll slow them down enough that I can hang in there with them. We're on lap 9 of 28, so we've got 20 laps to go. Maybe I can make up a few spots here, but this is definitely not going to be the race that I was hoping for. Ooh, we're going to be 3 wide in front.
Still there.
All right, I was hoping to be able to get inside of Denny Hamlin. Is he going to give me the inside? No, he is not. Yeah, I just can't hang with them, which is unfortunate. I thought maybe this was going to be like Bristol and Martinsville, where I could hang with them, even though I have greatly reduced horsepower. But as Ryan Newman will attest as he comes by me right here, they have no problems outrunning me on the straightaway. This is one of those times like you hear the drivers talking about on TV, where they say there is no substitute for handling good on the straightaway. All right, so at this point, we are in deep trouble. I'm going to have to basically run this high side and just try to stay out of the way.
All clear.
Very aggressive coming off the corner on the throttle. And there goes the 14 right by me. Very disheartening to say the least.
All clear.
The highs and lows of racing. You go 1 week and you fight hard for a victory at Bristol. Then the next week, you're struggling to finish in the top 20. And in fact, it doesn't look like I'm going to have much chance of finishing in the top 20.
Still there. Okay, that's the halfway mark now.
All right, we are at halfway.
Stay
Ooh.
low. Still there.
Little love tap there from Casey Kane, which is just fine because I gave him one, I think, the previous lap. Ooh, really loose on entry there. All right, we are running 22nd right now. And now we have a little bit of room back to Casey Kane, who is running 23rd. At this point, I am just trying to do what I can to see if I can finish in the top 20. That's my new goal for this race. I don't think I can get there, but that's why it's a goal, is that you're not sure you can get there. Woo! Very cool. That was not fun. Very crossed up on entry. A love tap for Amarola there. And Casey Kane is back, as I've been playing games with Amarola. Must be quite the show for Casey Kane behind us. Watching me beat and bang on Amarola's bumper on corner entry.
10 laps to go. Stay low. Still there.
Oh, look at that. I'm right there.
Still there.
See if we can dive down the inside. Keep it off the corner. And we got him.
Still there. Clear low.
Oh, goodness. Ran over Allmendinger there.
There's trouble in third two.
At this point, I'm just too frustrated to care. You can see that the mid-corner speeds are not very low, actually. I mean, you get down just under 100. That corner got down really low, closer to 90, 92, somewhere in that range. But in corners 3 and 4, your mid-corner speed is generally not much below 100. And what that does is it makes it harder to pass, because passing is really all about, obviously, being faster than the other guy, but it's all about opportunity to be faster than the other guy. If you're barely lifting or not lifting all that much, then it's harder to get opportunities to be better than the guy in front of you.
5 laps to go.
And here, while we're off the gas quite a bit, the cars handle really well here. Right now I'm sitting here thinking, man, what I wouldn't give to have some additional horsepower right now so I could run with these guys. I mean, my lap times are not bad considering where we are, because the car's handling really well. When we get some clear track like this, ooh, Allmendinger, I bet, is going to be really happy with me. Let's hit him again. Thought we were going to get him again there. But anyway, when we have some clear track, I'm able to run some fairly decent laps overall. You know, I can get it down into the 22 2s and 3s. Maybe a little quicker than that, but not a whole lot more. All right, a couple of laps to go here.
Here you go.
All right, let's see if we can get by the 93.
Still there. Clear high.
All right, last lap.
Last lap.
Two cars in front of me fighting. I'm not even sure if that's for position, but I don't think I can get by him either way. Let's try it though. And nope, can't do it.
That's worth the deep one.
All right, so we're going to end up 20th in that race, and overall, I'm particularly disappointed. I thought with it being a shorter track, I thought we were going to have a better shot. Did not turn out that way. Let's see what kind of payday we get. All right, so wow, 17.2 for the finishing position. All right, so not bad. Not bad. You notice we didn't get both secondary sponsors because the other secondary sponsor is for 15th or above. And we did not get to 15th, which I definitely thought we could. So we come away with just shy of 30 grand for the race. Overall, not bad. And we're not going to really worry about our points position right now because we are in the chase, which is really all that matters to me. Fastest lap 21.76 for Jimmy Johnson. Yeah, we couldn't get anywhere close to that. All right, but we'll have to get them next time we come back. Maybe by then we'll have something under the hood that will give them a better race. Let's see what we've got. We've got 75 grand in cash, and you know what that means? That means we can come down to our CAD software and we can purchase that horsepower improvement. So now that leaves us a full 25% done with upgrading our car. The first of 4 columns is now complete. Next will be the engine shop build out. And for that, we will need 100 grand. The bad thing is the 100 grand is simply for future improvement. It doesn't in and of itself get us anything. But we will look to get that. And again, our point going forward, our goal is to get as much money as we can, as quickly as we can, so that by the time we get to race number 27 and the start of the chase, then we can be in good shape to run for a championship. So overall, that race definitely is not what we had hoped for, but we'll hope for better at Talladega. Thank you very much for joining me, and stay tuned for more.